How's it going, everyone? This is your complete walkthrough step-by-step guide on how to set up your new iPad. First thing you want to do is tap your power button right here, hold it for about 5 seconds until you see the Apple logo, and there we go. And then you want to give your iPad about 10 to 15 seconds to boot up to its initial screen. Let's go ahead and just let it boot up right now. There we go. Now we are on our language selection screen. So we're going to go ahead and select English as my preferred language, and then it's going to say select your country, and it might have your country by default just right at the top, or you can scroll through. There's a ton of different countries you can select. I'm in Canada, so I will select Canada as my country. And now we have appearance, so you can select the size of how you want the icons on your home screen and the lettering to look. There's default, there's medium, and there's large. If you want to change it right now, you can slide this over and change it. For myself, I'm going to keep it on default because this is something we can go in and change and get a better idea of what it looks like once we're on our main home screen. It's hard to tell just by this little screen right here. So let's just select continue as it's on default. And this screen is your quickly set up iPad screen. You can use an existing device. So if you have an old iPad or iPhone and you're transferring to this, then it will look for that device nearby. Or if you just want to set up without another device, then you can go ahead and do that. And then you can also transfer your information later on too. It's not a big deal. So let's just go ahead and select set up without another device. It just makes the process a little bit easier. So we're going to go ahead and select that. And now you're going to select your Wi-Fi network. So whichever your name is of your Wi-Fi network, tap on your Wi-Fi network name, and then you're going to have to type in the password for your Wi-Fi network. My Wi-Fi network name is PTR, so I'm going to select PTR, and then I'm going to type in my password. Now that my password is entered in, I'm going to select the join, and we're going to give it a second to connect. Didn't take too long, and now it is just doing its initial connection process. Let's just give it a few seconds here. And there we go. Now we're on to our next screen, which is data and privacy. So this is just telling you that they're using your information. They will not share your information. You can choose what information you want it to share. A lot of that mumble jumble stuff. We're just going to select the continue process. And now you're going to select the age range that your iPad is for. So if it's for a child, you can simplify things and not allow access. If it's a teen, you might want to restrict certain apps or certain times. We're going to go ahead and just select adult since it is just for myself. And now we have the Touch ID set up. And this is an important process that you want to set up. So when you're using your iPad, you can just hold down the little finger button right here, and you can just set up your finger to unlock your iPad. It's a very, very nice process. So what you want to do is the button on top, which is your power on and off switch, you're going to just rest your finger on there. We're not going to press the button. We're just going to rest it. And you can see that these lines, as I rest it, will start to fill up. And so every time you see the lines fill up, see, you just release and just press again. And what that's doing is it's scanning my finger. Again, we're not pressing this button, we're just resting. You can see cover the button completely, so cover it with as much of your finger as possible. Keep going, so release and just hold, release and hold, and just keep on doing that. It's telling me to cover it up as much as possible. So there we go. So let's just capture all your fingerprints, keep going until you capture the edges of your fingerprint. So we'll go continue, and we want it to capture more. So it's going to scan your finger probably about 20 or so times. You're just going to keep release and rest, release and rest. Again, not pressing the button, just resting your finger on there. And there we go. Now we've got it added on. So we'll go continue. So now it's registered that fingerprint. We can add another fingerprint if we want to. So if you use your middle finger, your thumb, whatever you want, you can add another one, or we can just set it up later in settings. So we're going to select set up later in settings right there. And now it's going to ask you to create a passcode. So you have different options for passcodes. You can use a number, you can use a word, you can use a different combination of things. So this one, it defaults on 6 letters or numbers. And what I prefer, because I use the Touch ID password, I just like to have it simplified as 4. So we can select the passcode options selection right here. So there we go, passcode options, and then 4-digit numeric, and that's what I prefer. So you can go custom numeric, you can go custom alphabetic, whatever you want to. So I'm just going to go 4 digits just to keep it as simple as possible. And now I'm going to use the numbers right at the top right here and enter in my 4-digit password. So I've entered in my 4-digit password. You can see this can be easily guessed. Again, we're just doing this for the setup process. We're going to use anyways, so we're just going to select use anyways. It's going to ask me to confirm that password. I've done that confirmation and we've entered it in. And now it's going to ask me if I want to transfer stuff from other devices. So if you have an older iPad, an older iPhone, and you want to transfer all your information, you can go ahead and do so right now. So you have all those different options. If you use the iCloud backup service, that's the one that I personally prefer, or you can go direct iPad to iPad, so it will wirelessly transfer all your information. Or there's some other options right there. I'm not going to transfer anything at this time because to me, this is just a new iPad and we're just going to start fresh. So I'm going to go don't transfer anything. But again, you can choose which you want to if you want to transfer some information. So don't transfer anything. And now this is an important part, again, is to put in your Apple ID. And this is what keeps a backup of your information, allows you to do FaceTime, phone calls, and all that other information. So you really want to enter in your Apple ID. So usually your Apple ID is your email address and then whichever password you've created for your Apple ID. If you forgot your password or you don't have an account, then you do have that option right there. And usually resetting your password, it's going to send a confirmation to the email that you used for your Apple ID, and then you can reset that passcode. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to be signing in to an Apple ID account, so I'm just going to go forgot password or don't have an account, and then I'm going to select my setup in settings later because I'm just going to skip this process. Just for the purpose of our video here, we're going to not use an Apple ID. I am sure, so don't use. Thank you very much. Now we have our standard terms and conditions. If you want to have it fully sent to you by email so you can read out later on, you can do so, or you can scroll through a little bit. You can click on your terms and conditions. I'm assuming most people don't read all of our terms and conditions, so we're just going to select the agree to the terms and conditions, and we are good to go. Update your iPad automatically or only download automatically. So this is when there's a new update that comes out. Personally, I would go only download automatically, don't install, because sometimes when new updates come out, they might not be fully ready for the device and they might cause errors initially. So I usually wait when an update comes out for maybe a week or so. And so I'll download it automatically, but we won't do the installation process automatically. So only download automatically. Turn on location services. I would recommend doing this. This is just helps you. So if you lose your iPad or if you're out and about and you want to use navigation and all that, you want to have your location services turned on. So we're going to just put the big turn on location services. Screen time. So this is something where if your device is for maybe a child or for a teenager or for even yourself and you want to limit yourself as far as how much time you're spending on your iPad, you can set up times that it warns you that you've been watching your iPad a lot. We're going to just skip this part and go set up in settings later. This is just an optional thing. We don't have to set up if we don't want to. So I'll set up in settings later. Share Apple iPad analytics. This is something that I would probably recommend just to go share with Apple. This means that if your device maybe has issues or something, the analytics will send to Apple and they'll fix it with software updates. And so it's usually good to share this information. Yes, a lot of people are scared to, but to be honest, Apple's already got all your information anyways, so I wouldn't really worry too much about it. Just go share it with Apple. App analytics, this is also the same thing, but this is with developers. So if you download an app that is made by a third-party developer and the app crashes, it's going to send reports to that developer just to help them fix that issue. So again, this is something that I would just go share with app developers, not a problem. Now, this is another pretty important part where do you want to have your iPad in a light mode or a dark mode display or automatic where it adjusts based on your light level? This is really a personal preference. My wife always has hers on light and I always have mine on dark. I prefer not to be blinded by the bright screen or the bright menus. So my personal preference is to select dark, and that will invert all the items. So you can see now the screen has turned quite dark. If we leave it on light, you can see everything has that light background. So again, just pick whatever you prefer as your personal preference. For the purpose of this video, because the standard is the light, we're going to actually just leave it on the light, and you can go ahead and change this in the menu later on if you really need to do so. So it's not a problem. So we're just going to go continue on the light. And this is Siri, so you can set up Siri, which you can ask it to do different things and set up different things. It's the voice activation in your device. We can set it up with the Hey Siri and program our voice into it. But again, this is something that I'm just going to choose to set up in the settings later, and you can do so once you've gotten more familiar with your iPad. So we'll just go ahead and go set up in settings later. And last but not least, we are now welcomed to our new iPad. When we hit Get Started, it's going to advance us to your home screen. So go ahead and tap Get Started. And there we go. And that's your initial home screen on what it looks like. So you're going to see a lot of different icons, and you can go through this page and you can see more icons. So you can scroll back and forth. You'll be able to move different things around, but that's going to get a little bit more advanced. This is just the purpose of setting up your iPad initially, but you are good to go and play around with it now. If this video was helpful, please let me know in the comment section down below, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching.